And I've been talking a lot about that. Not always. But when I didn't talk about the topic was no coronavirus, I tried to relate that to it because I thought coronavirus have a strong presence in everyone's life. I think, maybe there is a way to relate everything else, and maybe to understand how it can affect, the pandemic and how to live with it. Last week, however, I did a video on the 1st of January. I think it was the 1st of January, yeah, because I was working on the 2nd, so I'm sure it was on the 2nd, on the 1st of January. And I was talking about New Year's resolution, and I realized afterwards that I forgot to talk about coronavirus. And I thought, should I make a new video? And I thought, you know what? No, because, for one side, I suppose, I heard that sometimes I have heard that, or some people sense to believe that whatever you are doing at the beginning of the year, you will continue during the rest of the year. I don't know if I agree 100%, but I suppose I agree to some level, I suppose, or a part of that understanding, that belief. And I thought, maybe it's a good thing that I haven't been talking about coronavirus, because even though the problem is not to talk about coronavirus, the problem is the presence of the existence of the coronavirus, But maybe the fact of not talking about coronavirus in that day and in that topic maybe was a good thing, And I thought I don't want to change it, must have been for a reason, or maybe not, but I thought, why not to leave it, and see the outcome, really, of if there is any particular outcome for the fact that I wasn't talking about coronavirus on the 1st of January. And I was talking about New Year's resolution. And for another reason, which I don't know if I remember now. I do remember, sorry. It's just because I was I love New Year. I do love New Year. I always have this feeling of hope, for the future and, for a new start, It's not necessarily that, it's not a clear cutoff, but it's the opportunity to reset your set of mind anyway, You can start, you cannot start many things, but you can always start this more positive, a state of mind. Why not, Is that is what you want to do, obviously. And I always like a new year because I do have this feeling of, let's start again, and, it's another opportunity, to get to get where you want to go, And I explained last video why I do believe that it's like that, and why I have this feeling as well, and how that can have some pragmatic reasons as well, And I did explain that in the video last week, so I'm not gonna go into detail again because it was about an hour video, so obviously I don't have the time to go through all the details again. But anyone interesting to see why I see it that way or why I think that way, is they can watch the video, last week, and which is there, it's in the it's a lot on the channel. So yeah, I suppose that's my two reasons, This week, I've been saying for the last few weeks, and anyone that could watch the videos for the last few weeks, I've been saying to do this video about love and relationships, but I haven't done it. It's becoming a bit repetitive now, and I will do it, and I'm getting closer and closer, but it seems that every week something else appears, and I know I leave it for the next week. I'm gonna do it again, I'm afraid. I'm gonna have to stop doing that, and I'm just doing it. But today, or this week anyway, it have been a lot of the same things that have been going on for the last few months. More about coronavirus. In summer, I predict what is happening now, which was, I did say literally, that in winter we will see who have been putting in place the effective or appropriate or suitable safety measures to control the spread of coronavirus, and who haven't. I mean, in the rules in different countries. And the other day, last sometime maybe a week and a half, just over a week, it was one day that unfortunately, and that's very sad news, that over 1,000 people lost their life in 24 hours in Germany because of coronavirus. That's very sad to hear. And they have gone in lockdown. United Kingdom have gone in a lockdown as well. The difference here we have to make is I'm not entirely sure number death rate in UK. I think it's quite high as well. Not as high as Germany, but I think it's high as well. But I don't know the numbers exactly. But I think it's important to differentiate contamination or affected cases and the number of death, definitely, because that definitely the number of death will show you the gravity, So I believe other countries which were initially having the higher rates are now having the lowest rates of death. I don't think this is a coincidence. I think some people have got very strong safety measures that now are indicating that they are needed. They are needed, and they are needed for whatever long. It's no. There is a lot of misinformation or confusion about what the virus is. I cannot tell you exactly what it is, but I don't think anyone can. And I think it's important that we all admit that and use to keep the measures. I'm not saying to be in a lockdown 100% of the time. No, I don't think. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we cannot take for granted or assume that the pandemic is over in our region, because the virus in a year that have been identified, I think it have shown from the very beginning that you need those measures, which are not necessarily a full lockdown, but the use of mask and when to use it. For instance, Some countries started earlier, and some countries started a few months later, And I think by now we all should understand that the rules that one country put on, they are for a reason. Why to wait until the death rate is so high, Why to assume that you're gonna do better, that you don't need those measures, when the virus from the very beginning have shown that everyone is the same, everywhere, the virus out of control can be just as harmful everywhere, So that's one thing about. There is other related discussions, such as vaccination. They start administrating in UK. Pfizer, I think, is the first vaccine that it was administered. However, it's gonna stop. Now it's AstraZeneca, I believe, or for Oxford AstraZeneca is gonna be administered. So I think, I don't know, I just have the feeling that we are just jumping from one thing to another without taking enough time to see what is the outcome of every action. We are just rushing decisions and rushing actions. That's my feeling. Funny enough, I saw this morning on the news that the planet Earth is spinning faster than in the last 50 years. I don't know, it's anything to do with this effect on people, or life in general. But yeah, I have the feeling in the last few weeks that governments, some more than others, but I think it's something that once it starts in one country, everyone just follows, and I think we are rushing into decisions. Now there is many different vaccines, and there is different critiques to every vaccine, but it's still ignoring any precautions or concerns or doubts. And yeah, that's the feeling of being rushing of action, to run these actions. I would prefer not to be honest. I would prefer not have this feeling that governments are running or rushing into decisions and actions. Something that can be so that they have a very attached risk, very high risk, So that's this week in that way. But even though last week I wanted to keep it very light because I like New Year and I didn't want to go in a more no as positive mood, because I wanted to keep that day more light, which is what I wanted, and I think it should be respectful, even though I don't know is that maybe the best way or not, but that's what I felt and that's what I did. Today, coincidence as well, it's another celebration day that it has been important for me in all my life. And today is what we call the Three Wise Men. Apparently it's called Epiphany, which I really didn't know until not long ago. I always call it the Three Wise Men Day because that's what we call it. And it has been quite important for me. I don't know. I just have this feeling that I don't want to. Uh, I want to keep it light as well. I suppose in a way, it's not a celebration as New Year um, for me, but it have been in the past. In my childhood, and I think this day, from me, this deserves some respect, and it's not disrespectful, obviously, to talk about a pandemic. A pandemic, is something that is there. It's not disrespectful in any way to anyone. But I would like to keep it a bit, not to focus on that. I would like to focus a little bit as well in a day like today. It's about. The thing is, I was reading in Wikipedia, and it was about magicians, visionary kind of people, kind of no magic. I wouldn't say magic, or maybe that's what they meant. I'm not entirely sure. For me, it was a day for children. That's what it was for me. Because in my childhood, this is the day when we were getting presents, and they were toys, as children, we weren't getting presents in Christmas Day. It was today, 6th of January. And for me, it's a day for children. So that's the way I see this day, And I have very good memories, really, really good memories of this day, and the Eve as well. When there is a parade, a really, really beautiful parade where I'm from. Anyway, I thought it was a very beautiful parade that we used to go to see at every Eve, of this day, on the 5th of January. And for me, it's a day for children just to enjoy. And I think, and some people maybe think it could be superficial, or there is other things that are more important right now. But at the same time, let's not remember we can't take a break. Okay, we need to take a break as well. And for me, there is maybe sometimes during the year, during the month, during the week, I need to take a break. I've been talking a lot about problems that are concerning everyone, and I try to include everyone. For me, there is no differentiations for in economic terms. For me, everyone is the same, or anything else, for religion, for ethnic, whatever. But I really, for me, it's just the same, everyone, I have been talking about subjects, trying to include and to not forget anyone, but at the same time, like everyone else, I do need a break as well. This day for me should be more about children, things like, a bit more joyful for children, anyway. And saying that, that is what is today. So I'm not getting any presents this year. I'm not a child. Definitely, I'm not a child. I don't have children either. And there is no presence around my home. The other day, though, I saw a program with toys. It was all different toys. I didn't see the full program. I only watched the last 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And there were toys that I couldn't recognize that apparently was from 2010, and I didn't see them before. I could recognize more like toys from years before, funny enough, than the last from the ones they show after 2010. However, the more apparently the more popular one, I don't know if that was from across all years that they were showing, or in the last year. I don't really know, but apparently the most popular is Lego,